Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to my channel. Today I'm looking at the new box set of Tin Lizzies or Ford Model Ts in 1/24 scale from ICM. All have been available separately before, but this box brings together three interesting variants of the basic chassis. Let's make a start by looking at the box itself. So here it is, the box of the various Tin Lizzies, three Model T Ford trucks in 1/24 scales, it says here, and the product is DS2402 if you want to order it. It's a nice enough looking box, a sort of American street scene from some anonymous city or other in the 1910s, that sort of period, which is when these vehicles are very prevalent. They look really nice. So I've always liked the way ICM do these sort of photo real almost visualizations, I guess you call them, of their vehicles. It's really nice. So you've got the Roadster, the delivery truck and the fire truck as well. Really nice. On the side, you've got a little panel here, gives you all the information about the length of the completed kits and how many parts there are. So for the Roadster, there's 109 parts, for the fire truck 127, and for the light delivery vehicle 108 parts, and around about 140 mil long, thereabouts, about 80-ish mil high each one. On the other long side, there's just some line drawn graphics of the three vehicles and the colour schemes that they're suggesting. I do like this. That's really nice, actually. Very evocative of the era. Anyway, let's have a look and see what you get inside the box for your money. Now, as usual, the kit comes in this very nice glossy full colour wrap over lid, inside of which is a very sturdy cardboard box. A lot of other companies could be doing this, you know. Inside we have three different sets of plastic for each of the three different vehicles. We have three different sets of instructions for the three vehicles, of course. One for the light delivery truck, one for the fire truck, and one for the Roadster, not quite so glossy. And a reminder that ICM make their own water-based acrylic paints as well. All very nice. Let's have a look at all the bits and pieces in a bit more detail. We'll have a look at the Roadster first, because that was the first of these three that was released. On here we have frame A and frame B. They're on a common mould, so might as well have a look at them together. So on frame A is the base with a sort of integral chassis rail type arrangement. There's the axles, engine components. In here there's things like the cover for the engines, exhaust, parts of the suspension, steering wheel, fan belt, and so on and so forth. Frame C has all the body parts for the Roadster, so the body parts, the hood up here, the seats, for example, these quite plush seats and things like that. That's the floor for the driver's compartment. All very nice. Frame D and a few extra details like the windscreen frame here, some lamps, the radiator grille, and a few extra bits and pieces, controls. There's a handbrake, for example. There's frame E1, which has the spokes of the wheels included. Then there's frame F, which has, in addition to the windows and rear window, the covers for the lamps of various sizes. And then there's a little bag containing these 4 neoprene rubber tyres. That look a bit shady, but there we go. 4 rubber tyres as well. For the fire truck version, the frame B is essentially identical. Frame A is largely identical apart from the actual bed of the vehicle here. The engine and the suspension parts are the same. So basically it's just this part that's different on frame A. Frame B is identical. There is a frame C, but the vast majority of this isn't used. Essentially you've just got a few little bits and pieces around here that happen to be on this frame that you need for the completion of the fire truck. All of this really is for the Roadster body. Then we have a frame C3, which is unique to the fire truck. As you can see, ladder sets, water carrier, water tank, all sorts of bits and pieces like that here, specifically for the fire truck version. And frames D and E, again, essentially exactly the same as on the Roadster version. Then for the third version, the light delivery vehicle, in this case delivering, I think, oil or gasoline or something. The A and B frames are the same as before. However, this time you don't use this at all. It's not even a different version of it. You don't use this frame, part of the frame at all. All of the rest is standard across the three types of cars, the A and B frames here. The new beds, chassis beds, you get on frame C1, which is here, along with all of the other parts of the body shell. There's also a frame C2, which has more parts of the body shell construction, the cab construction, I think, on this case. And I'm not sure whether that's a delivery pipe or something like that. Then, as before, the D and E frames are identical to the other versions. If we take a look at the plastic and the moulding here in a bit more detail, do you know what? For a 10-year-old set of moulds, these are still really crisp, really clean. I can't see any flash on these at all. But some of these, this mould in particular, the B mould, is used for pretty much every 1/24th Model T, and it just looks nice and clean. I can't see any flash, as I say, anywhere really. In fact, at all. I just can't see it. Go to the tiny, tiny, tiny parts up here. They're all really sharp, really clean. And they're just beautiful. Absolutely excellent. The plastic feels nice. It cuts well. It moulds superbly. Look at the detail of that cylinder head. Really nice. It's on the back here anywhere, anything. Let's have a look at the suspension. The leaf springs, all the leaves are picked out individually, which is lovely. Yeah, very, very impressed by the mouldings they've got going at ICM. As always have, I must say, you know, they do very, very good mouldings, but you know, this I think stands out. Something else. This was the first 24 scale car they made. As you can see, 24001, the first mould. And they're still absolutely sharp. Amazing. Again, if you have a look at the relief of this part of the driver's footwell there with the Ford logo and all that pin work is just so nice. The buttons on the upholstery stand out nicely. All very even, all very clean, all very sort of smoothed out. Very, very good indeed. Yeah, really like these. The only bit where things are sort of slightly more ropey are these neoprene tyres. As you can see, there's lots of feathering, lots of flash around them. So that's going to need some cleaning up before they go on the car. Here's the decal sheet for the delivery truck version. As you can see, it's just essentially the branding for the Texaco delivery truck. There's nothing else on there. No instruments, no license plates because they didn't have them. Very, very simple, very basic. Here's a close-up of the decal sheet. You can see that's nicely enough printed. The colours aren't as rich as with something like, say, Cartograph, but you know, that would be okay. These would be fine because they'll actually go on a black, essentially a black background, so they'll show up all right. There would be perhaps sometimes on other companies that would make, if you're doing a spot colour, for example, that would probably be a metallic colour, as it would have been on the original vehicle. That quality first and motor oil and gasoline would be in gold, essentially. It would be looking like gold leaf. Even if it wasn't actually gold leaf, it would be nice and shiny, which is very difficult to do on decals especially if you're running a 4-color print process, as I suspect this is. The alignment's not bad either. I mean, they're going to look good on a kit. They're going to look fine. There's a set of instructions for each individual vehicle. Again, it's essentially what they've done is just combined 3 kits into one box. The one for the Roadster is by far the oldest set of instructions. As you can see, it's a black and white illustration just with spot red colour dropped in. The interesting, the paint codes are in ICM ones, so that would seem to be a more recent thing. And this is Ukrainian and not Russian. So this is a bit like, maybe it's a reprint from later on. The one for the fire truck, again, is Ukrainian, but does have full colour on the front. But the paint callouts are for Revell and Tamiya, not their own brands, which is strange. And finally, the delivery truck, this is very much in Russian, not Ukrainian. And again, Revell and Tamiya paint. So in theory, at least, this is the older of the 3. This would be the next one because of the Revell and Tamiya references. And then finally, this would be the most recent one with ICM paper. It could be to save on print costs, or when this was produced, full colour print wasn't an easy thing to grab hold of. I don't know, but that's the order it appears to be from the language and from the paint coding that's applied. The instruction layouts are pretty much the same. So you have a reprise probably of the original box art, in this case, as I say, in monochrome. However, the text about history of the vehicle here, in this case in Ukrainian and in English, likewise the technical specifications and some general advice, some cautions and general advice here. As I say here, the colour callouts are in ICM's own references. You can go onto their website and find out how those translate to other manufacturers' products as well. And there's a translation of the various bits of icons that are used at the bottom here. Then there are fairly big frame maps, and then the instructions themselves. Very, very standard ICM, not actually any shading to speak of, but you know, they're good enough to follow. Sometimes I have found it once or twice, I have found ICM things to be a little, just a little sort of ambiguous, but these seem to be better. I've been making a 1/35th Model T, for example, and the placing of some of these parts into the larger body isn't always 100% clear on the instructions, whereas here they absolutely are, which is fantastic. So these are much better instructions, but then the scale's bigger, I guess. Everything is very stepwise and very straightforward. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It is relatively easy I do find them very good to put together, and very, very, very nice fit normally as well. Nothing major there to worry about. That's the lights that have got a clear outer fitting. And if you like doing metalwork, brass work and things like that, then these definitely are good kits for you. And again, a layout of all the colours. There's no decals at all in this one. There's no decals in the fire truck either, but there are decals for the delivery truck because there's all this artwork on the back here. But of course, there's no license plates to worry about and things like that. There it is, a superb set for any lover of early motoring. If you've loved the video, please do remember to give it the imperial thumbs up, hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. It's free and a great way to show your support. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.